Public Utilities Committee meeting to order. Have you taken attendance? Attendance has been taken. Everybody would stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3 on the agenda is comments from citizens. Anybody would like to make a comment about something on our agenda or other things?
I'm going to turn it
Hearing none, we'll move on to item 4. Presentation by Richard Dickerson to install a street sign for the cross-country run.
Thank you. Appreciate you giving me the time to put me on the agenda. I passed out a hard copy of kind of what I was looking for, and Mr. Herline put that up on the board as well. Really what it boils down to on East Gano Chance, on the east side of Gano Chance, right at the city limit, this is one of the only hills we have in or near town for our cross-country runners to practice on. So quite frequently they'll run down this portion of Gano Chance. They'll actually come out of the Cobblestone State subdivisions, make a left, head east down that road to the bridge, and then come back up the hill. And they'll do repeat 100s on the steepest portion of that hill. My concern is that as you're going eastbound on Gano Chance, there's a bit of a blind spot. In the hard copy, and it's not the greatest picture, I apologize for that, but in the upper portion of the picture is a picture of the runners in practice last Thursday morning. So as you can see, the runners in varying degrees of ability are spread out throughout the roadway. So once they get to the bridge, there will be runners on both sides of the road. My only concern is, and again, after much discussion with the chief and with Mr. Harmline, the sign is not going to keep someone from having an accident down there. However, if we were granted permission to put it on the existing city limit sign and made in such a way that it could be folded, when the first runners get to that point, they can turn a stainless steel latch, drop the sign open. It'll be black and yellow, something out of the ordinary, so that just another little attention point to the kids as they're running down. Once they finish, the last runner closes the sign, closes the stainless steel latch. It's no longer open. So it's not something that you become dull to because you see it every day. It's when the runners are out there, and after the season is over with, the sign can come down altogether until track season starts, and then go back up. So that's what I'm asking for your consideration for. After some discussion with Mr. Richmond over here at RGS, we think we can get a sign made 24 inches wide and 36 inches tall with a stainless steel hinge and latch in the middle of it, again, so that it can be closed up. Hang that on the existing sign, or at least that's what I'm asking for your consideration of.
Go ahead, John. Lights back on. You want to wait till we get to it on the agenda, or you want me to talk about it now? Or I guess it's one of the first things on the agenda.
Once cross-country starts, already started.
Cross country's already started. They actually started practice last Monday. To that point, Mr. Waterman's done a fantastic job with our cross country team. He started out with 15 runners 2 seasons ago, his first season here. He's hoping to have 30 runners by the time the season starts this year, and plus we got a pretty good full squad for 7th and 8th grade as well.
Go ahead and do it during the agenda.
All right. Well, we appreciate your presentation there.
You're
We're
more
going
than
to
welcome.
hang around and we're going to discuss it some more on the agenda. So.
Okay.
It's almost at the top.
Moving on to the public works section, there's an activity report in the package. So then, Bill, you want to highlight anything more?
I'd say the big thing is we're just about done with all the curb work this month, Burley, Westland area. We've got some pipe left to put in, just a few little spots to repair, and then, we'll be waiting on Capital, and they told me they're looking at, first of September to be here, to do our paving, so.
Well, that's coming up quicker than it sounds.
Yep.
What was the, sign for P and Z at 420 South, West Singleton?
That's actually border adjustment, but, it was-
Not bad.
Close. Okay. Is that the one that, what are they trying to do, I guess?
there was a board, appeal to the board of adjustment for variance to allow a setback less than 6 feet, 2 feet to be exact, to allow a second property to face, to have a second lot,
Oh, okay, right.
a lot split, on West Singleton.
All right, thanks.
Allowed, so what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
You can't grant a variance for a lot width. That's verboten in our rules, in our law, our
Okay.
our ordinance.
All right, thank you.
There's no more questions about the activity report, we'll move on to streets, and then we can talk about the sign over Old Chancey.
I cut and pasted a fair amount of Richard's email to send it directly to you guys about, and then he presented the case for it. I mean, this sign would not, strictly speaking, conform with the manual on uniform traffic control devices. And so it's not ideal in terms if you're gonna, you know, from the engineering standpoint. I don't really think there'll be any harm done. I'm not sure it'll help that much, but I don't think it'll hurt. And if it does help at all, then it's worth trying. I'd like to do it for one season. I'd like to have our staff put it up and take it down though, because it's our pole. And if you just give it to us, we'll get it up and get it down.
Sure.
Bill's quick about getting things out there.
I mean, I think it's a good idea to raise awareness and, you know, bring to light the fact that, hey, that, you know, we've got people out on the road, pay attention. And like you said earlier, it's not something that's going to be, you know, it's not going to become so complacent that people will just, oh, there's our sign, and then 2 weeks later, they don't even recognize it anymore. If it's put up and taken down, it's something different, and it kind of draw attention to it, so.
Right, if they're good, and Richard, during our discussion,
Yeah.
they completely understand that if it's there, and it's there all the time, and there's never any runners there, that people will not, they'll
Right.
become fatigued at
Right.
seeing it, and it won't cause them to be alert. But if they're good about opening and closing it, then it will have, that'll increase its effect.
All right.
And it does put the onus back on them to use it properly. You don't need to sign correctly and close it.
Yes, I've had several discussions with Coach Waterman, and he's all in favor of it. And again, it's a very simple thing, open the sign when you start, close the sign when you finish,
Right.
so.
And you know, but we're also gonna see if there's anything, if there's a place on city property where they can find a better hill too, so.
Or the construction of the hill would be a great idea, you know, that's, you know.
I mean, there's a little.
Or maybe a hole, maybe we're going the wrong way, we could make a hole and they could climb,
There you go.
but we'll fill it with water, most likely.
Well, there's a hill going over the tracks there, isn't there? That's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I prefer to keep the kids off of that one though, but.
Well, I'm not sure any of the hills that we own are really good for running, because I mean, the landfill's got a nice hill, but it's also not very, the ground isn't
Yeah.
very.
Well, the unfortunate part about that is again, you know, Coach Waterman starts from the ag building generally and runs in different routes throughout town.
Yeah.
And again, the avoidance portion of it is we really don't want to see him cross 22. Personally, I really don't want to see him cross 22.
Right.
And the overpass is another one of those
Yeah.
great opportunity. However, that's also the most
Right.
freely moving and fastest
Right.
moving traffic in town. So, you know, people have trouble with the stop sign there at 151. So,
Yeah, you're right.
We'll run them through your, we'll just take that tunnel, that stormwater tunnel, and we'll just keep it going. And,
I appreciate your imagination. However, I think that would require another sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I personally think it's a good, it's certainly a reasonable, thing to do. But you're right, that only having it up when there's runners on the road is kind of the important part.
I was suggesting that if you saw in McFarland, where they had those big huge piles of pecan husks, but apparently we don't have that here.
All right.
Possibilities are endless, man.
Possibly, we just don't have any of those.
Yeah.
So we're all in agreement, this is a good thing? Item 2 under streets is street overlay update.
You kind of, spoiler alert.
Yeah, so,
Anything else on
no, everything should be ready and they should be here the 1st of September.
Where's the number of linear feet of curb and gutter? 145 feet.
Total,
On Bryson, 147 on Eastmont.
we've done about 800 feet, so total, a little more.
Oh, okay, that was just that, yeah. It's, for a three-man crew, it's been a
that? All right,
pretty incredible undertaking.
did you ever get a hold of the new residents of Mr. Hedberg's house? Get their approach done?
We did it. We never could get hold of anybody, it was only half the driveway, so we just went ahead and took care of it. Like ladies up here at City Hall, tried to get a hold of them, I don't know if they were able to or not. We had to be in and out pretty quick, so.
Anything under storm sewer?
Other than, we're gonna replace the pipe at West Wind under the road, right at Gano, and then we're gonna add an inlet and put some pipe from the corner of West Wind and Bryson out to the ditch behind the football field there. We're gonna add an inlet there.
At the end of the year, we're gonna have it's a good problem is that our street department will have gone past their allotted amount of time in the street department, but as opposed to past years where it's been other stuff, it's nice to see the street department working on street stuff as opposed to all the, I mean, stormwater and all that's important, but this is.
Item D, sanitation, anything for sanitation?
We do have we approved the grant, mayor signed it, we should be looking to order get bids on a trailer and move forward purchasing a recycling trailer. We got the grant, got the contract, approved the contract.
Oh, it's a drop-off dumpster.
It's a roll-off, I'm sorry, I used the wrong word, it's not a trailer, it's a roll-off. But it'll be similar to the ones they have in Columbia, because we'll probably be cooperating, Columbia does the route for, the county analysis.
What kind of time frame are we looking at on that? Possibly.
Hopefully have it set before the end of next month.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something to put in the newsletter.
Any other for public works?
I'm gonna bid adieu. I appreciate hearing my discussion and approving that, so we'll get the sign taken care of. And shall I bring it to the office once?
Me or Phil, whichever's easiest for you.
Is Lynn gonna make it for you?
Yeah.
I may stop and talk to him just to show him kind of how the
Perfect.
bolt ar's on, just to make sure it's gonna work. What
Perfect.
he's thinking and everything.
No problem. Yeah, he's already got the aluminum blanks over there. In fact, I was gonna grab some today and bring them over, and I forgot every word about it. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to swing over tomorrow and talk to him.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You know what's to grab for the rest?
You know I'm gonna
It's
pass.
riveting.
Thank you.
That's good. I like that. Everything with it, yeah.
Moving on to water and sewer department. Another activity report. Anything you want to highlight, Mike?
We got the well lowered, the 40 foot was one of the main things, that was good to get that in, that means that well's back to where the other ones are. And the chlorine equipment got put in Friday, a lot better equipment, a lot safer to use, a lot easier to handle, a lot less chance of accidents, so. Tickled with that, looking forward to see if our results are a little bit better. We've kind of been fighting the chlorine, we were out of adjustment, so this should help.
That's lethal stuff if something goes wrong, so it's good to get the safest.
We got a nice thank you card in the packet today.
All of our workers do
Mhm.
great stuff every day, and it's just nice to share when one gets recognized for it.
Nice,
Any questions or comments on the water and sewer activity report? Moving on to water repairs to Heritage Hall. I see a thank you note in there.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Sorry.
All right, spoiler.
They had a 6-inch fire line and feed line for the basic nursing home out there. It just had a sheer crack all the way around it. Took about an hour and a half to fix it. Main thing, it was kind of tough digging, there was a lot of fill in there. And it was probably about 6 foot deep, not quite, 5.5. But it was, other than that, it wasn't too bad. But
Which side of the building was
it's on the north side, very east end, right there. We got there and the ground was mounded up, not like this. A couple of nurses were standing out there pushing on it, watching it sponge, and I'm thinking, I don't know what's getting ready to happen here. They were about to find out, but it shut down good and they were good clamp around it and got them back on pretty quick.
Yep, that was it.
sewer?
And they're, very carefully removed all the mention of somebody's name that I had in there in the first place, and I apologize for that. Basically, we have one customer, although it's possible that we could in the future have other customers that we provide only sewer service to. And in the past, we've always, and there's, said we'll do this with the assumption that if you become contiguous to the city, we'll annex, et cetera. But because we don't have any water or electric service going to this customer, and we wouldn't if we did this in the future, there's no way to shut off service. So I gave 3 options there. Work with Public Water Supply District number 10. I talked with Sherry. It's probably not possible to have them shut off the service because they don't have, if he or she or whoever it is doesn't owe them money, they have no reason to shut off service. So that's probably not a legitimate way to pursue. If we can charge disconnect fee, we have to alter our ordinance to do that, but that's just putting more fees on it. I think the problem that we're just worried, this is just something to think about for future policy. I think problem's gonna be taken care of pretty soon with actual payment of the bill, but they've gotten pretty far behind. And as it says in the example we have so far, they paid ahead, gotten behind, paid ahead. Each time they've been getting behind a little bit more. The other possibility is to require them to, or anybody who we hook up outside the city limits, to have an ACH payment where we can, when the bill comes through, deduct it so that we don't get this backlog. I mean, we're getting a 5% penalty, and eventually it will get paid. So, I mean, we're getting, but it'd be better just to.
Has there been any correspondence with this?
Yes, yes. I talked to them, they said they'd get over here this week, and they sent them a letter a while back. And didn't get a response to the letter, caught him on the phone, and said he was gonna come by this week, but, so this is Monday, so it's very early in the week. But if we're gonna do this again, it's probably something we should develop a policy on, if it comes up.
Yeah,
Just wanna make you aware.
I have had a citizen just outside the city limits that has
Mhm.
asked about hooking into the city sewer,
Right.
so.
I think the cost was prohibitive. We kind of looked, we talked to that person. It was prohibitive, but yeah, but if that does come in, if that
Yeah.
happens, then we probably need to make sure that we
They,
don't.
they just contacted me again within the last 2 weeks asking that same question. Hey,
Okay.
has anything changed? So I told them to come see you.
Okay.
I'm kind of leaning towards your option 3.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, they've been good for us. They've helped us on other, this particular person has worked with us on other stuff, so they're not a, they're, I'd say they're a friend of the city right now, though it's just a matter of, it's not automatic. you know.
Right.
So we're gonna try and make it automatic.
Any other for the water and sewer department?
I think we do have a meeting the 28th, is that what the date is, with DNR on waterways. I think it's 26 or 28.
Yeah, I'll tell you in just a second, but, yeah, they're, okay. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, we'll be, it's, yeah, no, it's, yeah, it's that week sometime. I thought it was on
Gary will be here
Yeah.
at the water plant Thursday, we can reconfer on that.
the.
We're gonna talk about stuff we're looking at in water plants, and maybe straighten a few things up Thursday,
23rd,
23rd.
Wednesday the 23rd. Yep. At 9 a.m.
Thank you, Mike.
We're meeting, so yeah, we're meeting this Thursday to talk to them about the water plant report. And they would be bringing that to you guys in September, at the first meeting in September.
DNR is bringing us a report.
Bartlett West, about the water plant. The meeting on the 23rd is wastewater, looking at the fields to which we apply the 3 times treated effluent.
I look forward to that. Any other for the water and sewer? Moving on to the electric department, activity report.
Oh, I do one other thing, we'll have I hope to have, we'll have bids for a truck that is in the budget this year for water sewer department, so we'll have that ready to go.
Anything you want to highlight?
We got the underground installed at Thomas Owens subdivision for the north side of Campbell Street. We were there probably 3 weeks.
He's building,
Uh-huh.
he's making headway already.
Quite a bit going on out there. I'm glad we got it in before everybody got there. And we cut down a lot of trees over on Gano, trimmed some alleys. Basically,
We're thinking of changing it to the electric and tree department.
no, just make a tree department and I'll be in the electric. There you go. And we had several new services, several temporaries, set a couple poles, I mean, just basic every month stuff.
In preparation for the RFP, several people, but Jeff spent a lot of time helping with the LED light, the counting of the street lights. We have a very good count of our street lights now, but his crew helped a lot.
We
I
had
don't think that
started,
made your report, did it?
do what?
I don't even know if that made your report.
No. We started Reed Street. Second of August.
Take home pretty good.
Yeah, we had a phone line. But I think it's actually abandoned. Supposed to find out tomorrow. They had a guy.
Everybody's called and said
Nobody called me.
Yeah, nobody called.
Yeah.
Wow.
Things home lines are becoming famous fast.
Don't put
But
that in.
You know, this one I
That's
think
all off the record.
it's abandoned, I don't think. I mean, this guy, the guy gonna have to get with the engineer, he can't even, the engineer's gonna have to tell him, you know, look at something, he hasn't got all that necessary information to tell me yea or nay right now. I'd say if nobody's complaining, then it's properly abandoned.
Any other questions or comments about the electric department's activity report? Anything under generation?
Yeah, sent you guys some, I think, 3 weeks worth of the reports on the Prairie State, and they're getting to be pretty reliable. I just thought it was ironic that one of the days that Unit 1 was down with a spontaneous tube leak was one of the highest, one of the days when the day-ahead power market was the highest possible. We have paid our first bill to NextEra, and we're setting that up for an ACH payment. So we'll be able, that's our first payment to Big Rivers for capacity.
Item C, distribution. Bid tab in the packet for pad mount transformers.
And we checked, and shipping and handling is included on all of them. Recommendations for Irby at the lowest per unit cost of $1,060 per unit, total cost of $5,300.
Do these come with any type of a warranty on them, or most things get a 1-year manufacturer's warranty or something like that?
I'm not real sure what they come, I mean, it's what we've always bought,
Right.
you know, the same brand.
Mm-hmm.
I would really have to talk to somebody to
Okay.
find that out.
I'm just curious if, most new things that you buy nowadays have some type of a warranty on them.
No.
All right, thanks.
So you need a motion?
Yes.
So
I
moved.
have a motion to accept the bid from Irby, and a second, low bid for $5,300 for 5 pad mount transformers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There we go. Reed Street Underground Project update.
Already did it.
Just started, basically.
We will need to work with a couple property owners on some easements, and I've asked our on-call surveyor, Bob Gorman, to get us, we're well within the right-of-way, but we're well within the easement, to try to figure out where we're putting the line in what was originally a right-of-way for a street as a part of the Denton Whitman subdivision. It was going to be called McBride Street. Just trying to get a definition of where that is so we can know where we start our easements and that kind of thing. So just want to make you aware of that expense. It will be under $12.50. So.
Any other for the electric department? Moving on to other, closing Switzerland Street on Saturday, August 12th. There's a letter in the packet.
We closed the whole street, we just had one block.
One block between Pratt, where the motion, we were asking for between Pratt Street and Howard Burton. So all the north-south streets will be open, there'll just be that one east-west section. Phil, I don't know if I've talked to Bruce Kazuki, he would just have Phil drop off some barricades, Bruce would get them set, so there would not be overtime involved. Yeah, so that's this coming weekend.
Yeah.
And technically, our policy, I think it's policy number 13, says that the board or is supposed to approve these.
Anybody opposed to it?
So,
That constitutes an approval. Then.
well, if you have a motion, it'd make me happier.
So moved.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second to approve the closing of, what was the street name again?
Between Pratt and Howard Burton from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, August 12th.
Thank you.
Is that the rest of your motion, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You guys may arrive.
Tomorrow's election day.
On this election day. Those early vote happen?
Yeah. I'm still looking for a member for the library board and the tree board and the EEZ board.
Yeah, we're gonna have to,
Yeah.
Tom Ellsbury has resigned from the other. Just for- not every time.
So if we run across anybody that wants to sit on a board, let me know. Thanks.
To participate.
Participate. Participate.
I entertain a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?